Did you know that even if it's called the truck risk clause, it has nothing to do with the truck? We're going to talk about that and every other important thing about inland marine insurance today. What's up? You're watching Tito Talks non-life insurance discussions with me, your favorite Tito Miguel, who loves to make non-life insurance topics easier to understand for both agents and clients. Magandang Wednesday afternoon po sa ating lahat. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are doing fine. And we are very, very thankful to have you guys on board with us today for another session of Tito Talks. And as promised in the intro, the answer to our previous question in the last video, which I'm linking up here today, is that even if it's called the truck clause, the truck risk clause, you gotta put that word risk in there. The truck risk clause does not cover the commercial vehicle at all. And we're gonna tackle 5 things, including this one, 5 things that you probably didn't know about the truck risk clause of inland marine insurance. Now, before we get into the strict details about this list, just a couple of things that you guys might be interested in knowing. You may have opportunities to penetrate the market without you even knowing. No, you don't have to be directly connected with large trucking companies, with large distribution and delivery companies, but yes, that is a prime market for you. But also, you can penetrate the various businesses that depend on these deliveries, on these cargoes, on these shipments, which come directly from suppliers all the way to their distribution channels. It's a large business network, and there are multiple levels of entry that agents may be interested in. Malay mo, yung pinagbibilan mo ng sari-sari store ng soft drinks, they could be getting their supplies from a particular supplier. That's your entry point. You never know. As long as you know a business that relies on consistently stocking up its supplies from certain suppliers, there has to be something that carries these supplies from the main warehouse all the way to these sari-sari stores. And it's not just your sari-sari stores. It's also your mini grocery marts. It's also your convenience stores. It's also the supermarkets that are located within your localities. As you can see, as agents, there is an abundance of market opportunities available for you today if you only look hard enough. And I hope that excites you as much as it excites me sharing this information with you guys. But before you go on and start contacting your sari-sari store owner, anong kinalaman ko dyan? We're gonna talk about 5 things you did not know about your inland marine insurance. As mentioned in our intro a while ago, you're looking at something really, really good from the perspective of an agent. The inland marine insurance policy, otherwise known as the truck risk clause section of the policy, has nothing to do with the truck itself. That means, in the event of a loss, in the event of an accident concerning the truck carrying any particular cargo, you're looking at 2 potential claims. Yep, that's right. 2 potential claims. One claim for the cargo, another claim for the truck. However, the truck is supposed to be insured by something else known as the commercial vehicle policy, which is a type of motor car insurance policy. And don't you worry, we're going to have a video about that as well. Now, since you've got 2 potential claims, you know what that means. 2 potential claims means 2 potential policies, 2 potential premiums, and of course, 2 potential commissions for you. So if you are entertaining a particular client that insures their cargo, whether they are renting trucks or whether they have trucks of their own to take care of their deliveries, you're looking at 2 potential sales, one for the cargo, one for the truck. With that being said, if the client actually rents out trucks to do their deliveries, you'll have to approach the actual supplier of the trucks. That could be a trucking company, that could be an individual that owns trucks that they rent out to company so and so, but that doesn't matter. As long as you know where to go, who to talk to, and who to ask for referrals from, finding that money trail isn't going to be too difficult as long as you play your cards right. Another interesting thing about the truck risk clause is that while it covers robbery, it doesn't cover burglary. Now, for a definition on robbery versus burglary, might I interest you in our robbery and burglary video, which I'm linking up on the top of the screen right now. It's got mostly to do with property insurance, but the definition of robbery and burglary is very, very clear. In short, pag robbery, may pananakot, may pananakit. Someone's forcing you, someone's threatening you, or someone's actually hurting you, forcing you to surrender your goods. Burglary, on the other hand, doesn't involve any of that, and it simply involves taking someone's property, someone else's property, without them knowing. Either they went on break, either they went on vacation, either they went to work, or even if they're sleeping. Going to the truck risk clause, robbery is covered. So, if someone hijacks the truck, or holds the truck up, threatening the driver, threatening the people operating the truck, forcing them to surrender the goods, that can be covered under the truck risk clause. But if someone steals the contents of the truck without the truck driver's knowledge, an example of this would be known as jumpers. Yes po. And no, we're not talking about the jumpers you're thinking of, yung nagnanakaw ng kuryente. No. Ask any truck driver. They're gonna have a different definition of what a jumper is. These are particularly small children that actually jump from truck to truck, especially in parked trucks or trucks stuck in traffic, that try to break into the trucks and steal the contents of it without the drivers knowing. Since trucks have a different build, they have multiple blind spots, which you should be careful of. This is why sometimes larger trucks, more complicated trucks, have signs above them. Driver has limited vision, please watch out, driver is operating on blind spots. Some of these blind spots are exploited by these children who actually take advantage of the blind spots to get access to the truck. Sadly, those aren't covered. This was a little bit strange. If the truck hits something, if the truck hits something, there's a very big possibility that the content of the truck is gonna get damaged as well. It's gonna be lost. It's gonna be damaged. It's gonna need to be replaced. It's gonna need to be claimed for. However, if a collision or if the cargo collides with something that does not destroy the truck as well, then it's not covered. In short, pag may bangga, kailangan wasak pareho. This was really interesting, and I'm pretty sure you're wondering, what the hell is a mysterious disappearance? Well, for starters, or the simple explanation of it is that a mysterious disappearance is, well, it's a mysterious disappearance. If you take a look at the dictionary, the term mysterious refers to something that is unexplainable via conventional means. You don't know exactly what happened, but nonetheless, it still did happen. And that's what we mean when we say mysterious disappearance. Di ko alam kung paano nangyari. Ganyan na lang nung binuksan ko yung truck eh. Hindi ko naman alam na may mangyayaring ganun eh. Basta pagbukas ko ng likod, wala na yung laman eh. Those are examples of mysterious disappearances. And these, since they are not explainable, it's impossible for the insurance company to find out the proximate cause of the loss, making it uncoverable or unpayable since we can't document the incident as well. So you might want to be careful about that. Usually, this is done by unscrupulous truck drivers, especially if they know the value of the cargo they're carrying. Minsan po, paparada po yan, magsa-stop over, ibebenta sa iba ang cargo nila and they keep the profits to themselves. I'm not saying all truck drivers are like that, but usually, when they do this type of thing at pagdating na po sa warehouse, pagdating na po sa checkpoint, pagdating na po sa papupuntahan, and they notice that the cargo is missing or is lacking because of the weigh bill, then the truck driver suddenly says, di ko alam eh. And that's an example of mysterious disappearance. And take note, that's not covered. The final point, this one's rather interesting as well. As you all know, trucks are designed to carry heavy loads. But even if they're designed for heavy-duty loads, each and every type of truck has a certain limit to it. And the interesting thing about this is that the more wheels a truck has, the more cargo it can carry, because the weight limit or the weight capacity of trucks is determined by the number of axles. Now, an axle, you may ask, what's an axle? An axle refers to a pairing of left and right wheels connected by various mechanisms inside the truck. So you've got a left and right wheel, and these two are connected, and the connection of these two is known as an axle. Now, when it comes to trucks, you've heard of four-wheeler trucks, eight-wheeler trucks, 16-wheeler trucks. Now, these wheels are very, very important because the pairing of these wheels dictates how much cargo the truck can carry. So if you're talking about a 16-wheeler truck, divide that by 2, and you have 8 axles. And the 8 axles of these trucks allow the truck to support a particular amount of load. And if these trucks or these truck operators go beyond that particular load, that could end up in the denial of claims if in case something happens. Same thing can be said about the roads and the bridges that these trucks go over. As you all note, bridges or different types of bridges have different methods of construction, and these different methods of construction and materials, they actually dictate how much weight the bridge can carry. Now, although bridges are designed to carry very heavy loads, there is still a limit to that. And if the truck goes beyond that, it could cause degradation of the integrity of the bridge, which could lead to accidents. And if an accident does happen, these things are investigated. Oh, overloaded ba? Oh, kinaya ba ng tulay yung bigat? Baka naman hindi. And when these things are being investigated, it tries to verify if the truck did not commit any violations at all. As you all note, the act of overloading is already considered a crime. Yes, we have laws against that. And with that being said, let's go on to our question of the day. I've got a really interesting one here for you guys, which should introduce us to our next lesson. If, let's say, that a ship carrying a lot of cargo is sinking, the boat is sinking, group yourselves into... Oh, I'm not talking about that kind of boat. I'm talking about a real boat. A real boat, cargo ship containing a lot of cargo. Now, let's say the ship encountered a leak and it's causing the ship to go down. In order to save the ship, someone has to throw away some cargo. What if it was your cargo? What if it was your client's cargo? If they threw away your cargo because the ship was going to sink, would that be covered by the Institute cargo clauses? Interesting question, right? We're going to answer that question next video on Friday when we talk about the Institute cargo clauses. Thank you so much for your time today. And once again, this is your favorite Tito Miguel, always saying, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.